Hello everyone, lillyskytarot. Thank you for being here, tuning in for this video. Mercury in Pisces happened on August 3rd, 2020. So I'm making videos that is talking about the planets in the zodiac signs, and this way excuse me, and this way you will have this information not only for your birth chart, but also for your meditation. And I'll be making a video on my new Patreon, and I thank you for supporting me there, and also making a video on my meditation channel. So this way you can know how to apply it in a meditation, and I'll only feature one meditation, but and I'll also talk about the meditation and how to do it. This way you can practice it for a particular moon cycle, starting on the new moon, ending on the full moon, or for 40 days. So it's all up to you. Or start it on an auspicious day, like a new year, or a equinox or a solstice. All right. So let's get to it. Okay. So Mercury retrograde, and it shows for the Eastern Standard Time happening at 0 degrees, 0 minutes. So the meaning of 0 is a new cycle, a new start, and a beginning and an ending. Okay, so you can look at it in the meditation as, how do I end this one particular thing and make peace with it, let it go? And then how do I begin a new particular thing and then start that and make that my grand entrance, right? So each sign within itself has its own cycle and its own cycle of learning, okay? And that 0 is representing the beginning and the end of a particular cycle. Now, ask yourself, what is that planet's meaning? What is that zodiac's meaning in personality, reaction, action? And also the house that it's in, what does that house represent, okay? So these are interesting questions to ask. Mercury is in the second house of Taurus. That's for August 3rd. Okay, so it's in the house of personal resources. So what's your main concern on the 3rd of August this year on Monday about your personal resources? And then how can you infuse positivity around that to give it the energy that you want, so you will be magnetic to what it is that you desire. Okay, it's your money, it's your possessions, the things that you value, and your own personal skills, right? So using your own personal skills to help you attain your own personal resources. This could be money, saving to give yourself foundation, to receive or gain something through your work of what you want. Okay, so let's look at the personality of Mercury in Pisces. So you can look at your birth chart and see, where's Mercury in my birth chart? Is it in Pisces? Okay, great. So let me, listen, there's someone I know have Mercury in Pisces. Let me, hear what this is about, right? So this lecture is good for your birth chart and just you understanding yourself, or, maybe someone else. Okay. So, and also it's a guide, like I said, to your meditation. All right. So Mercury in Pisces, very intuitive. Okay. Their intuition is on point. Okay. Very imaginative and creative, because they're very psychic, very intuitive as a water sign. The 12th sign, the last sign in the zodiac, receiving all the message, really sitting back and watching everyone else, right? You can think of it, I just thought of the Chinese zodiac as well. So let me actually put that in, okay? So, whenever you are, say, the last person, okay, you tend to just, sit back, maybe the pig just sits back and watches everything and really gets a lot of information, right? So I can think of that, right? Last year was the pig. This year is the white metal um, rat in Chinese zodiac, okay? So it's very important for you to be very imaginative and creative, and this is a way of you expressing yourself in the physical world, okay? Um, it's important for you to work on your self-esteem, because you can lack the confidence you need, because your mind is always constantly thinking, very imaginative, but also you're very sensitive. So water signs are very sensitive to words and what people say. So the low self-esteem can come in, and low confidence. So really building that up to secure yourself in this life. All right. You also sometimes can feel confused or be timid because of that low self-esteem. Okay. um, it's also hard for people to understand you because you're so imaginative and so vivid. So you know, you'll react to what you perceive someone is thinking. In your intuition, you can feel that person's behavior, right? A lot of people like to deny um, subtle actions, but subtle actions is and judging them is used every day in very critical positions, right? You're looking at a person's behavior, you're feeling it, and you're going with your intuition, and animals do that to survive, and you do that to read people's energy, and you're like, something's funny is going on here. Why is this person being so difficult, right? You can sometimes feel, confused or timid, and that's just from you trying to explain something to someone, or just having a conversation with someone that's not really, that's only seeing, like a horse, just only seeing here and they're not paying attention to anything else, right? So it's kind of hard to explain something to someone when they're like that. And you understand when someone fails. You're very compassionate to when someone fails. You understand that. You understand people's shortcomings, and you do generally wish them well. And you wish that they can communicate what they need to themselves and others to help them better themselves, right? And to be a better person and just to enjoy their life. Okay? You can see the truth even in a person's lie. So in that person's lie, you know that there's truth there for them somewhere, right? So you're very deep and aware of that, where someone will be like, oh, they're lying, blah, 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 ignore them. But you're like, there's some kind of truth in that lie, even if it's hurtful or whatever, or it's holding that person back. You're like, okay, that's your truth right now, but something else can be your truth that's more uplifting, that'll make you happy, okay? The people that you surround yourself is very important, because you're sensitive to behaviors and actions, and the way people communicate can influence you and become very toxic. So you have to really bring yourself around people that are uplifting. So your environment that you live in is also very important as well, because this can also clog your mind, make you feel very stressed out, and you need um, a good place to live that is uplifting to your spirit. Okay. So you also like to be around people who are calm and inspirational, and people who are calm and are willing to listen and willing to um, just be themselves and allow you to be yourself around them. Okay. You don't do well with people that are controlling or overbearing. Those type of personalities are a big turnoff for you. Um, this makes you feel like you want to shut down and block your own creative flow, and it blocks you from even helping that person. So it's up to you to know when you need to separate yourself from that situation. Okay. All right. So you're filled with so much information, but you tend to be forgetful. So you can be forgetful even though you want to share all this information. You tend to um, feel like you just want to say so much at once, and it's kind of hard to get that out. Okay. You will end up being in a teaching position, or end up teaching people for fun, because of your Mercury. Your Mercury wants you to communicate all of these beautiful and informative information, and you want to communicate this so that you can help the person be a better version of themselves. Pisces people are very much in their mind. They're thinking, they're really hearing you, but they're also hearing the emotions behind your voice, and they're studying your body movements, and they're really, trying to understand you as a whole rather than what you're trying to show them or the world. So they're really, and they'll talk to you, but they don't really want to be talking to you all the time. And when I'm around someone that's a true Pisces, they're just very magical, and they pull you in. But then at the same time, I don't want to invade their space, and I'm like, oh, you're so interesting. So you can get like really insightful information from a person that is a Pisces or that have a strong Pisces within their chart, which makes them very much not of this world, in a sense, where you feel like, oh, I can really tap into some information here to guide me in this physical world. And you can do that yourself, but the Pisces energy is very good at that, right? So they can tend to be forgetful, like I said, because they're thinking of so many things, and they're here, but they're also somewhere else as well, right? It's like in different dimension. And you naturally will feel drawn to want to communicate your spirituality, your spiritual messages, what you feel that you receive intuitively. You want to communicate that to people. You find it easy to communicate that, and you want to get it off your mind. So you're there, you find it easy to communicate, and with Mercury in it, you want to share it. It's like you can't help but to share that, okay? You can come off very mysterious to others. I think I said that already, but it's also very it's very magnetic. Magnetic is my word today. It's drawing people into you, right? And you'll naturally come to your conclusion from your intuitive nature, from your psychic abilities. And facts are important, but you tend to really trust your intuition more, and you find that you're usually right. And you do trust your intuition because you see that it will serve you well, okay? And it has in the past, okay? And you prefer to communicate in a very calm way, and you want your communication to be very pleasing to the person or the people that's listening to you. And you tend to be very poetic, so you'll have fun with what you're communicating with people, but you'll make it very poetic, so it's enjoyable, it's fun, and it really sticks in the person's mind. So you'll come up with a saying or a slogan, or how you deliver it. You make it into a rhyme, and they'll remember it. And the rhyme is a frequency, it's a melody, right? And it really connects to the heart chakra and really goes to the lower and the upper, and it really connects to the body, and you feel it. If you don't experience it, you don't experience it, but you feel it within you. It's really more powerful when it rhymes too, okay? It's very powerful. Okay, so they're good at also knowing intuitively what to hear, what the answer is. They'll intuitively know, oh, this is the answer, like even if they're taking a test, okay? And they'll know what you want to hear. So this is the important part when looking up and studying Mercury and Pisces, is that they know what you want to hear. So if you're talking to them, and Gemini and Virgo does this, because Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury, so they do this naturally. If you're asking for help for something, and the person that's ruled by Mercury, a Gemini or a Virgo, they'll know you're not ready for it, or they know that you're there to argue, and you're not ready for the answer. So this Mercury in Pisces is super psychic water sign. It's like you're not ready for the real answer, and you should have researched it to know the answer, right? It's kind of like you not wanting the person not wanting to accept something as a fact. And if they ask for your opinion and you're like, well, You know, they'll say what they feel that you want to hear, especially in a group, because they really don't want to hurt your feelings. You know, they care about your feelings, so they don't want to hurt your feelings. So they'll do that. It's not that they want to lie. It's just that they already know your game already, and they already know what you're about. You know, and they don't want you to take the information in a bad way, and then you're upset at them, and then you're not willing to correct yourself or to make yourself better. Okay, and this usually happens in large group, and it could happen in private groups or small groups as well. Okay, all right. So, and they also they'll know that you're not ready for that information, and they will process that and then give you the answer that they know that you want to hear, but they will also, my ears is ringing, I wonder who's talking about me, who's thinking about me. um, so that's a spiritual meaning. So it wasn't even like a ring, it was more like a okay. So let's see, they also, where was I, they also they know what you want to hear, so they will give you that, but they also give you, they'll give you a little bit of the information so that you will have a nice ending to the conversation. So it'll give you something positive to think about. And then maybe later on, you'll reflect and you go, oh, you know? And when you're around that type of energy and on your own life path, whatever that subject is that you're debating with, you might even experience it where you'll have a better understanding for yourself, where before you were completely ignorant to something, and you will receive that answer, okay, or that new kind of enlightenment, this new way of thinking. So Mercury in Pisces is all about communicating your psychic intuition, your wisdom, your spiritual wisdom. You know, it's all about getting the message out, but they want to do it in a way that will be well received to the people listening, or to the person listening. So I hope you enjoyed this video about Mercury in Pisces. I'm going to do a meditation on this, and just tapping into the astrological planetary movements and matching your meditation for that. So you know, so if you're matching your meditation to it, you can match it to that particular day to give yourself that boost, right? Or to strengthen that part in your birth chart. If this is in your birth chart, you're strengthening that part in your birth chart. There's many different esoteric practices that you can do energetically to lift that up. Meditation is just the go-to one. You know, you can light a candle, you can meditate, chant, you can always exercise and move your body to build up that chi within your body. And then you can look at the body parts that's associated with Pisces, get a whole body movement workout, maybe a kriya or a sun salutation or a qigong movement, but then put extra time into the parts of the body that's associated with Pisces. Okay, so you know what, I can find it faster on my calendar. Let me just go to any Pisces day and I'll find it. Okay, so if you already know it already, yay, yippee. Oh, I found it. Oh my god, I turned like exactly to the Pisces part. Am I gonna find it quick enough? Oh, I'm not gonna find it quick enough. Okay, so let me go down here because this is a long video, which is fine, I guess. Okay, so that, I knew it was the feet. I was like the feet. Okay, so the feet, the toes, and the pineal gland. So the pineal gland could be stimulated in meditation, and you could like circle the ankles of the feet, open and close the toes, spread the toes apart. In my yoga class, I do lifting the toes when you're standing in mountain pose, putting it back down, lifting the toes, spread it apart, putting it back down on the ground. So it's stretching. It's kind of like reflexology for the feet, even massaging your feet. Stretching the toes, spreading the toes apart, circling the ankles, feet, toes, and pineal gland. And then you know, a meditation for the pineal gland is something that you can do to strengthen that. February 23rd, Sunday, is a new moon in Pisces. So boom, there you go. That's something that you can definitely look into. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. All the information in here. If you'd rather me do these videos live, let me know. I like recording these videos. That way I can stay focused on the information that I've written down that I want to share. I'm sure there's more information on Pisces. There always is, but I like to do my own research and share what I'm sharing because, you know, it's coming from me, and you can learn other things from other people, but I like to just channel things naturally. So I hope you enjoy it. And I'm gonna go make the Patreon video and the meditation video now. All right, peace.